Sense. Part 1 of 4, Paternal Decadence. Big thanks to Michael, Tegan, my family, mum, dad, for giving me the inspiration to do this. This is a gathering of stories from people that I've met through my life, in the voice of a young man. From a seed there was hardships. No peas, keys to the flat, landlord would beat me when fees wouldn't stack. Mum getting slapped in front of my face, taking blame with no shame, she knew she wasn't dad. Dad wasn't there, despair in my youth, scared of my fears, mum in tears cause she thought I would crack. Going off track with no one beside me, mum tried to guide me but she needed a trap. Teenage years of discovery, with no foundation bothered me. No role model to confide in around so my thoughts weren't logical. Mistakes would get on top of me, trying to eradicate and erase but not properly. The probability of change in this deranged poverty was low. Taking out loans, we didn't even own the property. And trust me, I wanted to move, but I didn't have choice. With more bills, there's no mobility. Stacking bread's not prudent, cause what we gonna eat? More so there's no gas, how we gonna heat? Up the stove, oh no, how we gonna eat? No peace, stone cold, no hope, no pillow to cry on, no sheets. With this hunger, you're not gonna sleep. So one day I said, Mum, what's it gonna be? Serious, Mum, when we gonna leave? Your face is bruised, your hands dirty, you're thin, you look like a slave as such. Like my forefathers before the wind rush, saw thoughts galore traced to my poor father. No contribution, his flaws, and my mum has to endure his retribution. But we need to make movements, not like any other youth that tries to make music. I'm done with the losing, chin up, no more dead dad excuses. Mum, are you listening? We can do this. We can move away from the landlord, Mum. Leave this damp house, Mum. With no heat, get food and some new sheets, Mum. Are you there? You're silent, but inside I know that you hear. Your eyes shut, but I know that you see the pain that I feel, but it's because I care. I move closer to the broken sofa, stepping over shards of glass. I see sulfur in a small bottle. I take no notice. My mum's still. I knew the hurt was real. I could see the anger, working days on end, but the purse wouldn't fill. Flirting with men just to curb all the bills. And meanwhile, he's out there playing happy families like Shirley and Phil. No more dad excuses, I said. Sorry. So we're back to the black reminiscent of crack shack scene where mum's on the same broken sofa. She's still there. And she still was an angel. But really deflated. Trust me, the devil's been painful. Then I see your bloodstained hanger with shades of sulfur on the metal attached to a used tampon. And it's underneath her feet. Next to her pulled down skirt that she wears to work at the brothel. Her face is cold. No movement. Dead. Etched with the pain revealing the demons. Blotches of dry blood on her inner thighs that had seeped down from when her vagina was bleeding. Her life was a mess, she couldn't face the bereavement. But she wouldn't take her soul. Her soul. Now I cannot believe this, I'm searching for clues. My eyes are discerning the scene. Then I see something white glistening. Not the sofa, something I recognise. I close my eyes cause I know I just saw traces of semen. The hanger and a tampon confirming the reason. This can't be serious, I'm trying to make a connection. I knew my mum was in a period. Was she really raped and killed just to satisfy an erection? Cold murder, relentless, no seam of perfection. Was it a man at the brothel who wanted extra so he followed her home? But how did he know there was no other family member at home? By this time I should have called the police, but there's no house phone and I want to figure this on my own. The door was in its perfect stained crack condition, so there was no forced entry. But my mum knew plenty of men, so she wouldn't see all as a threat. So who did she let in? Who would come to the house, pretend to be a friend, intending to bring her life to an end, have sex with her dead body, a hanger to attend to the tampon, pull it out, spill blood on her legs, ejaculate all over her then, leave the hanger on the floor, bait evidence. My tears flood, I drop and start weeping again. She hadn't eaten, was weak and she could not defend. I finally rise to my feet, now seeking for wealth. I mean help, but wealth before would have helped. I stepped over the glass through the door to the landing and headed for the payphone to call them to help. A week later, they called my new care home in the morning with an update on my mother's post-mortem. Even though I was mourning, they asked me to come to the morgue and discuss results that were daunting. There's been a situation.